end of the day, you got 4 years to get this thing right. 4 years to get this thing right. If you choose to major in wash your hands with soap, blowing bubbles, and getting general eds for 6 years in a row, you're not going to be happy with yourself once you get done with college. You can't pay for groceries with trophies, nor championship rings, nor banners, nor retired jerseys. You got to have something in the classroom that's going to carry you over. And today, we're going to help you out with that.
Hoop loud.
Yes, indeed! Big Brother Bear here to give you all that you want and what you need. Today, we're going to talk about the very best major for you while being a student athlete in college. So before we get started, we have to acknowledge that this is no easy feat. Being able to pick a major for college is tough. At 18, 19 years old, I don't care what anyone tells you, no one knows what they want to be for the rest of their lives at that age. No one knows what they want to be for the rest of their lives at 40, at 50. Don't put so much pressure on yourself thinking that you have to have everything figured out at 18 years old, because this is not feasible at all. Even though I'm going to tell you today how to pick the best major while being a student athlete, before I get into that, you need to make sure you're a part of a program / you need to make sure that you found a coach / you're a part of a program that would allow you to do that. The fact of the matter is, some coaches, not all, but some coaches want you to major in blowing bubbles, want you to major in something that's going to keep you eligible and not necessarily feed your family in the long run. Some coaches are like that. Not all coaches, but some coaches. And you have to have a mindset that you have to think about this beforehand, because no one's going to hold your hand, no one's going to coddle you, no one's going to say, I'm going to look out for your best interest like you're going to look out for your best interest. So, word from the wise, you need to make sure that you're in the company of those that would allow you to be able to pick a major that you're actually interested in. The reason why it's so tough to pick the best major in college as a student athlete is it's mainly because you got a lot of bad advice. You were told to pick a major that made a lot of money. You were told to pick a major that your mom or dad told you that you would be good at, or that your mom and dad did, and so you think you know about it. Or you decided to pick a major because you saw it off TV. It was glamorized on TV. So you said, oh, well, I'll do that. Or you want to do something to make your family proud. You want to be the first person to graduate with this degree or that degree. Though that's admirable, that's not something that's going to sustain you. When I got back into college after dropping out for 2 years, I got back into college and I told myself I was going to be a physical therapist. Then I found out if you're a physical therapist, and anytime you're in the medical field, you put travel in the front of it, you make even more money. I had my plan made out. I said, I'm about to kill the game. I'm about to be a physical therapist. Let me tell you something. I messed around and got myself in those science classes and couldn't see my hand before my face in the daytime. In the daytime, okay? It was just not. It was not for me. It was so much not for me. It was so much not for me. It was a zoology class. I'll never forget. First semester, fall semester, I made a F in the class. Flat out F. I took that same class the next semester. The very next semester. Keep in mind, there are people in this class, they're seeing this information for the first time. Brand new. And they're getting A's and B's. I just saw that same information the semester previously. And what do you think I got in this class? I got a D, the proudest D of my life. The proudest D of my life. It just wasn't my thing. Listen, though I had good hopes and dreams, and I wanted to make my family proud with this prestigious degree called physical therapy, for this prestigious degree from this prestigious university, being a physical therapist, it just wasn't me. I wasn't interested in it. I hated it. I hated looking at that stuff. I don't care nothing about covalent bonds. I don't care about any of that stuff. So I have to be honest with myself that even though my heart's in the right place, I want to make the family proud and I want to be the first to do this in my family, this is not for me. That's not what I'm going to offer the world, and that's okay. That's okay. Let somebody else who's more passionate handle that. I want somebody, if something happens to me and I have to go through physical therapy, I want to be in the company of people that actually care about their job more than when they get paid. I want some people that's coming up with new ideas of how I can get better and lessen my recovery time and how I can be more healthy and how I can build stability muscles and ROM, range of motion. I remember that in those classes. Range of motion. I want them to be thinking about that. My modalities and all that. I want them to be thinking about that. I want them to be thinking about, man, come on, man, 2 more days to payday. 2 more days to payday. I don't want them to be thinking that. Or my favorite, you picked it because you just want to help people. None of those reasons are good reasons. You shouldn't pick something because of money, because you know you don't want your happiest days only to be on the 1st and 15th when you get paid. That's a miserable life. A lot of people live that life, but it's a miserable life. You don't want to pick something that your mom and dad told you to pick, because at the end of the day, you have to live your life. And your mom and dad won't be showing up for work for you. You got to show up for work. So if I don't care, I know they mean it out of love. Don't get me wrong, they mean it out of love, and you should listen to your parents. But at the end of the day, you have to make your own decision, because you're going to be the person who's going to be showing up for work, not them. You shouldn't pick it off something off TV, because you know that's just an image of what they want to glamorize. And you definitely don't want to pick it because you want to help people. Now, I don't want to get on my soapbox about the whole deal about helping people. So I'll try to keep this as PG-13 as possible. Because I understand that people actually want to help people. I get it. But you really have to examine, what do you mean when you say I want to help people? Because a prostitute helps people. A drug dealer helps people. Now, I don't have any experience in either one of those professions. But it's true. They offer a service, and there's obviously a market for it. They provide a service, and there's money transaction that comes into place. Those two professions help people. So you got to narrow down what type of people you want to help. You want to narrow down what type of service you want to provide. You want to narrow down the age groups, the gender, I mean, whatever. It goes down a lot of different rabbit holes. But why do you want to help people? And then in which way do you want to help them? It's not okay just to put a blanket statement and say I want to help people, because you can help a lot of people depending upon who's looking at what you're doing. So I understand it's very tough. I'm not trying to get on to you saying that you should have this thing figured out, because you shouldn't. Listen, it's tough, no matter how old you are, to pick one thing for the rest of your life and say, I'm going to do that. So picking a major could be tough, but I'm going to tell you something that I wish someone would have told me about picking a major, and that is, pick something that you're interested in. Not from the other things I just named, the money, what your parents say, what you've seen off TV, helping people, but something that you're interested in. That's one thing you need to do. Pick something that you're interested in. Even if it makes you weird. Even if you're the only one in there that looks like you. Listen, if you're a black male right now and you are interested in the field, there's nobody in there that looks like you. Everybody's Asian, everybody's white, everybody's 4'2", whatever it is. It'd be easy for you, it's only human to feel like you don't belong. Like, oh, well, since no one looks like me, then I shouldn't be here. And that just couldn't be further from the truth. I know that from example, because in two situations I can think of recently that's happened to me. I wanted to be a better speaker, so I went on to Toastmasters. If you don't know what Toastmasters is, public speaking organization that you can sign up for to be the best speaker you can be. Basically, you show up every week, they give you topics for speeches, you go out there and give speeches in front of crowds, and then they rank you. You know, you can go to regionals, you can go to state, you can go to countrywide. Like there's different rounds that you can win and get better and better. And I really enjoyed it. I bring that up because when I showed up, I was the only black male there. No one else. Everyone else was twice my age and white when I showed up, with the exception of like 3 other people, and they were white, and they were they're around my age. But what I'm saying is that I can't, if I'm interested in this, then I'm interested in it. I can't decide, I'm not going to change my mind because everyone else doesn't look like me. I'm going to do it because I'm interested in it. Same thing with this mascot. I went to mascot training school. Some of y'all have seen the video that I posted from San Antonio. And the people that were my age were dropping off their kids. The people that were my age did not look like me. The people my age, a lot of them were high school. If I would have just relied on my eyes, I would have felt out of place. I would have got back in my car and drove back home, because I would have felt like, oh man, this is not for me. Nobody looks like me. What I'm telling you is this: when you pick your major, you may be the only person that looks like you in that doggone classroom. That's fine. As long as that interests you, that's fine. That's okay. Don't get beat up. Don't think that your eyes is something you should trust as it relates to going after what you want to go after. But it's not just okay just to be interested in something. You also have to apply yourself with that as well. Okay, and that's something that I didn't do with some of the majors that I was going through. You have to apply yourself. If you're not willing to apply yourself, then it's all for nothing. You're wasting time. Applying yourself means, you know what? You may have to study when you don't want to study. Does it still interest you? Are you inquisitive? Are you curious about how this thing works as far as that degree, or are you just try to check a box? Because if you just check a box, you're gonna be like 90% of America right now. You're gonna be like 90% of America only showing up to work because they get paid. And if they didn't get paid, they'd call in sick. And I don't want that for you. So I say all that to say this: picking the best major is individual to the person. But make no mistake, it doesn't come without pain. It doesn't come without sleepless nights. It doesn't come without working hard to figure out what you want to do. It doesn't come without studying. It's not going to be easy just because you're interested in something. You're going to have to apply yourself, and you're going to have to be working within a school, within a program, within a coach, within a system that understands you're interested in this and want to help you beyond just, can you shoot a jump shot for me? If you can find those things, you're going to be all right. You're going to be straight, super straight. But if you don't, you're going to struggle. And let me tell you this. I said this at the beginning, and I'll say it again because it bears to be mentioned again. You cannot pay for groceries with trophies. Can't happen. Won't happen. They do not care that you're a national championship MVP when you go to Walmart, Whole Foods, Target, wherever you shop at. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. You had his bread or not, right? Picking a degree that you're interested in, that you're willing to put in the sweat equity, that you're willing to actually apply yourself, will be all you need. All right? So as always, whether it's on the court or in the classroom, out, graduate at the top of your class. Hoopla.
Hoop loud.